So a big buzzword nowadays is ROI. What's the ROI? Investors want to know what their ROI is. Business owners want to know. People that are going to invest in a program or coaching want to say, what's going to be my ROI? ROI, return on investment. I'm about to tell you what the greatest return on investment is that this country can make. And how can you be involved and have a piece of the pie? So if you follow my channel, you already know that what I talk about is aged out foster kids who've been in and out of foster care or in foster care, and they have not been reunited with their parents. They are 18 now or 21, and they are being emancipated from the government taking control of their lives when their parents couldn't. So they haven't been adopted and no reunification. At 18, certain states, it could be as late as 21, these kids are picked up and dumped on the streets. Now, I know right away you're thinking, oh, yeah, it'd be great for these kids. Oh, this is an emotional thing. And it is. Watch any of my other videos. I rarely talk about money. I talk about people. I talk about lives. But tonight, I'm going to make it about money because money matters. And in this country, money has a lot of sway, a lot of pull. So what is the cost of the opportunity that we're missing out by allowing this system to be broken in a way that would turn a child, 18, 19-year-old child on the street who's they've been taken care of. It's not like this child's been in control of their environment. They haven't been able to choose where they live. They don't choose what they eat. They don't choose where they go to school. All of these choices are decided for them. So go figure why at 18, when they're picked up on their birthday and dumped somewhere, maybe back in the bad situation they came out of, maybe at a homeless shelter, who knows? It's just wherever CPS has on the form, that person the person picking up this young adult has to drop them off. So what happens? Well, what we know, and I'm not going to go through a ton of the statistics because I want to talk money today, but what we know is these kids rarely, if they're still in high school, they're probably not going to graduate. And if they do, only 3%, 3 to 5% will ever go to college or graduate from college. So the numbers are just bad for education. And what we know, if you're undereducated, you're underemployed, you're underpaid. So the opportunity loss of these kids actually being able to make money in their lives, be a person that's adding to the economy, be a tax-paying citizen is at risk. Number two, girls get pregnant before they're 21. I'm not going to go into the whys. You can figure that out. You're smart. So now they're pregnant. Now they're unwed mothers trying to take care of babies when they're a baby. And those statistics. Now, all of a sudden, the state's having to pay more money to keep these women, keep their babies in diapers, keep food on the table, which is a great thing to do. But the cost is real. Then what about the cost of incarceration? 60% of these boys are going to end up in prison. Again, I'll let you figure out why. These aren't bad kids. These are kids who don't know any better. They're on the streets alone. What would you do if you don't know? You've never been in control of your life. So the cost of incarceration, another huge cost. So I'm only talking about three. I'm not talking about people that get sex trafficked. I'm not talking about, really intelligent kids that could be astronauts or engineers or the next great research doctor that comes up with a cure for cancer. I'm not talking about any of that money loss. I'm talking about hard costs for undereducation, early pregnancy, and incarceration. That's it. Now, I want to tell you, I got my numbers from a case study done by, I want to get this name right, so I'm just look this up really fast, the Jim Casey Youth Opportunities Initiative. Now, this case study was done back in 2013. I looked and searched everywhere for more updated numbers, but for this particular study, they're not there. So what I did is I have used the same matrix that they did in this study. Also, I'm going to post the study below. So if you want to really see how they got these numbers, I want you to look at it because they were They were so under, like, if there was a choice, do we go high or low? They always went low. And they only picked these 3 opportunity losses for these numbers. Think in your mind just real quick, how much money do you think this government loses by making these kids lose? They're not making them, but by not providing better opportunities, like not providing better ways for these kids to be able to have a full life. The cost, and I've adjusted this, so this was 2013, this was published. Actually, the amount of children aging out, it was about 30,000 back then. It's dropped to 23,000. We're not really sure the effect COVID has had. We know that's had some effect, but again, it hasn't been long enough for those numbers to readjust. So I'm going to go with the 23,000 from the last couple of years. That's 20 and 21. And I'm adjusting it. And we're still talking 6 trillion with a T, $6 trillion, just under $6 trillion that has been lost just due to the academic failure, unplanned pregnancy, and criminal involvement for 1 year of kids aging out of the system. That's one cohort. So from January 21 to December of 21, all the kids in that period, 23,000 that age out, what it's going to cost the government over their lives is $6 trillion. That's every year. Every year. We got to do something about that. You want ROI, invest in these youth, invest in these kids that don't have anybody, haven't had good training. All they're trying to do is survive. If you've ever been in survival mode, I mean, true survival mode, you know that you can't think much beyond, where do I get my next meal? How do I stay safe tonight? Where am I going to sleep? It encompasses, it's really hard to think outside of that. So let's invest in these youth who have no one else investing in them. They want long-term relationships with an adult who can help and guide them. They want education. 80% of these kids say they would love to go to college. They're good kids. So if you follow us at all or not, please click below, subscribe, like this video, start following, read this article. Again, I've posted it below. It's an amazing piece of work. And there's a lot of other articles that you can research. If you want to know more, reach out, put it in the comments. I can guide you to all sorts of information, whether emotional or financial, or just the cost to society of allowing these kids to drop through the cracks. At Elevate Villages, we're building tiny home villages so that these kids have a safe place to come. There will be other citizens in the village, not just foster kids. We don't want them just stuck in their little box all out by themselves. So mentors are going to live there, people who just want to live tiny and they need a great place to live. It's going to be this gorgeous community, all sorts of amenities. These kids have their own safe home. They have all the resources they need, whether they want to stay in college, whether they want to get technical training. We're going to have businesses where they can work at. Those businesses will support the village long term. It's so exciting what we're doing. I will be hitting the road on tour January 3rd, 2024. If this video is after that, please look up our tour, find out when I'm going to be near you. Come hang out, see a tiny home, talk to me. If you're a foster kid, or if you're aging out or have aged out and you need help, please drop something below. We will get with you. My team will make sure that we make contact and find you the assistance and the support that you need. So like and subscribe. We have a GoFundMe page at the moment that this video is being filmed. We still have a GoFundMe page. We're also looking for sponsors for the tour. You can contact us. You can go to Elevate Villages and find out more. I'll see you next time.